Man, it's getting hot out here. Today we're going to talk about how you and the garden can survive this intense heat of summer. Thank you for watching. This is Garden Days. Here we go. You know, when it comes to mowing, we all got to mow either around our raised beds or around the big garden or whatever. Here inside the fence, I use a mulching push mower around all of the beds. You do not want to blow grass and everything inside your beds, possibly clover seeds or anything like that inside your beds. Even outside the fence with my riding lawnmower, the first 5 swipes I do along this fence, I blow it away from the garden area. There's no reason to add to the misery of weeding. You know, I remember back when I was a kid going out to the garden with my dad on a Saturday to weed, and then weed some more, and then weed some more, and then some more. And then once we got through weeding, we'd end up tilling between the rows. It was miserable. It was back-breaking work. It was hot. I spent 5 hours on a Saturday bent over, and I'd always grab a hold of certain weed that had thorns all over it. It was just a miserable time. I mean, who wants to do that? You know, we all need to keep up on our weeding, or better yet, put down some straw, or some mulch, some all-natural mulch, and nothing with that red dyes in it and stuff like that, but all-natural mulch or straw. You know, that straw is what I use. Now, what you cannot use, do not use hay, because hay has way too many seeds in it, and you'll end up doing worse damage weed-wise than you did if you hadn't had anything down. You know, by mulching your garden, and you can actually mulch even rows that are planted in the ground. You can mulch in between them. There's nothing wrong with that either. But by mulching your garden, you're going to cut down on your weeding to almost none. And I don't know who doesn't like the idea of doing no weeding through the summer. You know, during the heat of the summer, there's a few things that you definitely need to do. And you need to walk and look at every row, every plant that you can, and look for heat stress. Now, heat stress is going to come in a couple of ways. One of the things you're going to look for is limpy leaves. Not just low-hanging leaves, but they need to be limpy. Like these right here. See how they're just soft and pliable? They look weak and tender and thin. That means that this plant's under some heat stress. Now, another way that plants will show you that they're in heat stress is they'll start dropping blossoms. And now this is a self-preservation type of act by the plants. They know they're in trouble. They know that they're stressed out from all the heat. So they'll drop blossoms so they can keep the nutrients inside them instead of going to the flowers and going to new fruit. You know, a few days of heat stress in a row without it being checked with water, just a few days and you could have lost the whole plant. You need to keep an eye on it during the heat of the summer. Something else that you do as you're going through your rows is you look to see any damaged leaves or anything you need to prune. It's a perfect time. You're already there. Check them over real good. You can check over for bugs and everything during that time. It's during the heat though, so be careful. Okay, so now during the heat of the day, you've checked for limpy leaves. Now, you got to remember, if you check it during the heat of the day, by the time 7 or 8 o'clock rolls around that evening, it may have recovered some. So you need to identify them during the heat of the day. Now, once you've done that and you've found the leaves that you do need to trim, do not do it during the heat of the day. It's way too much stress on the plant. Don't even prune it during the heat of the day. Wait and come back in the evening time. All right, now that the evening's come, it's safe to water. Never water from the top of your plant. Never water from the top. Always water at the base. You know, if you're watering it from the top, now you can't help it if it rains, but if you water it from the top, you're inviting humidity to stay locked into that plant all night long. You know, sometimes these nights are 70, 75 degrees is as cool as it gets. So that humidity is going to stay locked in on that plant, which is going to breed all kinds of fungus. So do not water from the top, only water from the bottom. Now they have what is called shade cloth, and it's got different variables of protection. You can get 35% coverage, you can get 50% coverage, where it's blocking out that much of the UV and the heat. But here's the deal, I don't have that. So I thought, well, okay, I'll just use our beach umbrella to throw some shade over our plants during the heat of the day. But you could use like the big umbrella on the back of your deck. You could use whatever you've got available, golf umbrella, whatever you have available, just to give them a little bit of shade for just a little while during the heat of the day. All right, now that we've covered what we can do for our plants in the garden, we need to cover what we're going to do about us. Please know your limitations. Don't spend all day, every day out there in the garden in the heat. You're not going to do yourself any good. Make sure you drink plenty of water, crystal clear, ice cold water throughout the day, the whole day. You know, these plants, they say that a plant needs up to 1 inch of water per week. We need about 1 gallon a day. Please protect yourself. As always, I want to thank you for watching. Please hit that like, subscribe button, maybe even hit the bell icon. That way you get notified the next time I upload. It's always been a pleasure. Thank you, and we'll see you in the next video, and God bless.